Wrapping up onto the members of the London Spitfire. The cap getting ready to come through for the shock. Spitfire will be able to tag over onto the point as the sound barrier gets dropped in. Now they don't have that for the gravitic flux that Choyoben's about to have available at just a couple percent, but maybe it might not matter. Sinatra will be taken down, but it's at the cost of Fury, so manages to find one of the tanks as Gesture falls lower and lower and will be dead. The major Death Blossom finds two off-screen. Choyoben just trying to duke it out with guard. He uses the barriers, but there's no way for him to escape.
And this is another really important lesson as to why getting the point capture first matters so much, especially on Mecha base. You have those choke points controlled. You are going to have the favorable ult exchanges. And if you zoom way back, you know, rewind, you could see Sinatra's flank attempt there on the Doomfist totally whiffed, and they gave London kind of a 6v5 fight.
Coalescence is out again. Prophet trying to TP in, but gets greeted with a boulder. Seems to be the standard these days. Sinatra, the Meteor Strike, does take down Badoshin, and Fury's gonna fall. Spitfire in danger of losing this point. It seems like the shock will be able to flip this one back into their favor again in overtime. They maintain control. Take it out of the hands of London, but can they take it to 100%
I mean,
this time?
this is the thing that we just saw. I mean, this is, it feels like I've got deja vu a little bit here. Obviously, this map allows for it a lot easier when you get that first cap, but London Spitfire can now, again, just force a fight where they have the better ultimates because they have so much time to do so. And when you're shocked, you have to commit ults to defend because if you mess up one fight, if you don't commit, you lose the map. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation here for Shock. They're going to be the ones who have to make a big play.
Coalescence coming in as everybody gets halted to the side. Gravitic Flux going through. No one's going to get taken down quite yet, but they're still dangerously low. But it's still Guard who manages to find the first kill. Sinatra gets taken down yet again. Guard coming out on top consistently, finding these picks. Now Maul's going to be gone. Meteor Strike forced out. Guard just looking to drop down straight on top of the point. It's a little bit of damage there onto Choyoben. Manages to finish him off with the uppercut. Striker answers two back. Prophet and Fury both.
Violet's invisible.
Another punch there from Guard, but it's seeing the Death Blossom come out. Striker.
It literally wouldn't go for him. That was awesome. Striker did really well too.
Control the point. 52% for the shock.
And this is a lot of ultimates used for Shock, but London Spitfire, you have to say the same. They committed the sound barrier there after the Gravitic Flux came through from Choyoben. And Striker's the one who really big, making the plays
that wasn't looking good
to help turn this around because this was almost a lost fight until he got that flank kill there.
Yeah, everything
so
got low.
The Death Blossom value here.
Badoshin got Coalescence off, and he was invisible just like that.
Lose the map, so.
Yep. We're right back into the action now. It's the Spitfire on the other side trying to exit the choke. Get a nice halt to. We'll just go ahead.
Now Bot's gonna have this barrier.
Oh, massive seismic slam coming through. They still use the Gravitic Flux, and Prophet uses the Death Blossom. Does manage to find two. Sinatra's in the back. He's going alone. Prophet cuts him down. A 4K for Prophet. Violet's the only one left alive.
Violet had one of the most insane Doomfist dodges I've ever seen.
Moth had the sound barrier ready, but he's killed by a flank from Prophet during the Gravitic Flux. A huge turnaround here.
Absolutely.
Shock's gonna win this fight.
The Shock and Nuss is gonna be taken down off the bat. See the dueling.
It can't kill Violet.
Here. Coalescence is out for both sides. Striker down at the front of the point. Gonna be looking to shock them out, but he gets knocked off the side.
Are you kidding me?
Swings his way to success. Gets rid of the enemy Reaper. Absolutely monstrous.
Oh, what's that melody? What's that melody? Hell yeah.
He will be taken down. Gesture dead as well. They get the stun on Fury in the back line as Guard hits the ground with the Meteor Strike.
Violet's nuts, dude. Moira's so good.
Back in control. Nuss trying to
Why would you ever not have Moira?
People to get back over onto the point. Badoshin will arrive, but he's going to be taken out. Both supports will fall, and that will be it.
That was the first time I think since this character's come out where I was impressed by somebody's Moira play.
Get the cap first.
Shock is a team that, especially in GOATS, is one of the most coordinated teams you could ever look at, right? London Spitfire, though, in these neutral fights, is having better target selection. The communication and shot seems to be a little bit better.
Oh boy,
that shouldn't happen.
Holy fucking
shit! That was a pretty
shit.
tricky setup, though, to be fair, for the Shock. But yeah, this is a roster that today is fully mixed, right? I mean, you've got 4 Koreans on this roster, 2 Westerners, and arguably, you know, that they have the synergy that's pre-existing, but Striker hasn't been playing most of the season, Smurf hasn't been playing most of the season, and these neutral fights are so important on control.
Prophet just cutting his way back, so has
so much damage.
Now going to be online, but Violet hoses Nuss into the ground.
This character's dumb.
Major value onto that Coalescence has been
another kill.
So Shock looking to get the flip here a lot sooner. Not going to be.
Alright, I've changed my mind on Moira. If you don't have gold elims, you're like, what are you doing?
In terms of ults, this time Spitfire's
I'm never blaming DPS again.
Fight their way in with a 99.
He's the gold elim machine.
They do have a slight advantage going into this next fight, but this is certainly positionally a fight that Shock should be able to win. And if they use their ultimates more conservatively here, they should be able to build that
Sorry,
better
got 40%,
percentage.
by
Look
the
at the
way.
choke control.
Yeah, they're pushing through. That's going to be both gravitic fluxes used. Gesture up into the air, falling low, will get finished off, whereas Choyobin sitting pretty as that full HP bar. Golden Core would help take down one. You see, it will just be cleanup time here for the Shock.
Control maps, especially Busan, are so unforgiving. When you win a team fight and you hold the ult advantage because of your positioning, right? And you get to have the flux and the choke. I mean, that means everything. Look at how much value Gesture got on his, by comparison, very little in that last fight. Because Choyobin gets to choose the engagement location.
Already has another ult.
Coalescence out, superchargers used from both sides, now Violet as well.
Nacho's got ult.
Using that
Come on.
ultimate, Death Blossom's
Calm
going to be
down.
coming through. Gesture takes down Striker. Interrupting that Death
gonna
Blossom,
go in, he's
finishing
not gonna
him
kill
off.
anything.
TP out to the side,
Probably not even
Prophet
gonna
tries to
touch
get on the
anything.
flank. He's right in behind
And he's
Moth.
gonna
Can he
ult.
take him down? And he can. One final shot. Finishes him off
There
now.
it is.
Just looks to deal with Smurf. With the help of Nuss, they are able to do so. London Spitfire going to be regaining control of the point. Shock pushing up to just shy of 70% here.
Prophet's getting a
Striker
lot
will
of
buy
value
a little bit more
in the
time
back line.
as he gets finished off. So 70% in the end.
See how the Spitfire operates here without those big AoE ultimates to fight in these chokes. The tools that Shock had to defend the first time after they got that flip back, they don't have. So they're going to have to hope for Doomfist flank, Prophet on the Reaper. He's spotted already. It's actually a pretty nice setup for Shock.
Oh, major drop down in the back guard, trying to find an execution. Taking down about half HP, and Prophet will be eliminated. Huge pickoff for Striker. And Spitfire inches their way into the lead right now. Gravitic Flux gonna
What's
be
that
used.
melody,
Choyobin trying to
baby?
Find the ankle, finds Gesture around the back. He's absorbing the rest of these left clicks out from Choyobin. The boulder will not connect.
Woo!
Point now starting to get flipped back into the
he got
Shock's favor.
so-
The Spitfire cannot get there in time to contest it. Three members gonna be gone on the back end of the fight. Spitfire now on the back foot. They have to try to recap this point if they want to close out Busan.
Yeah, this is looking really good for the Shock. Just taking these fights straight up in the front of the Spitfire, punishing the fact that Guard is trying to flank off the time, Prophet's trying to
keeps
flank,
getting
and they're just breaking through the center. And Striker not going to make the same mistake twice, going to drop down this time, not going to get caught like Sinatra did.
Already forced into the rain.
Oh,
Gravitic Flux
fuck.
comes out, he'll drop down, Death Blossom out, manages to find Bedosian, and Gesture gonna be taken out as well. Striker now on the point alone. Sound Barrier goes through from Nuss, catches three members, but Prophet already eliminated, cannot use his Death Blossom. And Nuss will be finished.
What
off.
happened
BOT
the first
will bleed
round
away.
that
It
didn't
was
happen
looking
those two
so
rounds?
good for Spitfire, with the Shock turning
First
it
round
around.
was terrifying.
Busan 2-1 in the end.
Kill
Very good
Bedosian.
look for Shock here. They were able to turn things around, and it was a pretty
Three more.
rocky start.
It's not going to have a lot of range damage to deal with the far.
Good luck,
and then
Sinatra.
Their shields are going to be broken down by the Bastion. And,
Thanks, Mike.
you know, the Doomfist can punch across, but can't punch that far, so he's going to have to get closer.
Yep, already. And very, I was gonna say precarious spot, but now he's dead.
Well, yeah, when you're out there,
I wished him luck. What went wrong?
Prophet could just find you.
Yeah. There wasn't
got looked
many
at
places
by the
left to
Bastion.
hide. It was
You need help
pretty
getting
obvious.
back to spawn, buddy?
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
show you the way.
The the very
Is he gonna go Tracer
express
again?
taxi service coming in from Prophet.
Well, now they're cut in half, and two of their members in respawn.
This looks
so
very
they're
much
trying
the
to kind of weather
difficult.
the storm there in the Atria, but
It's at least like the two that are the most mobile.
yeah. And that's why they died, too, in
Yeah.
an ironic way.
All I know is I would
Way
never
around
beat
the
this
back.
in ranked.
And Sinatra could try to
playing
use
like this against the Bastion. It's always very scary. Mortality Field has been used. Striker does manage to finish that one off, and Guard's gonna be dropping down.
Three.
Striker finds the kill. Ball's gonna be picked off again. This time Gesture finding the final blow onto the enemy Lucio.
Yes.
Up there onto that bar in the sky. Prophet gonna be down to about half HP. Striker
Yeah.
trying to get the kill here
Fuck Guard.
onto Fury, but is unable to do so. And the Coalescence comes in a little bit too late from
Playing
Violet.
that
Trying to
bad.
get
I feel like-
Prophet's still gonna be taken out of the sky. Nuss manages to find the res, but already 2 ticks, nearly the entire point taken for the Shock, and they might just have it right here. Fury barely manages to step
Oh, he
up
needs
on
to get
the
healing
corner.
orb off?
Barrage
Oh,
comes down
no.
from above. Prophet finds
That
2.
sucks.
Now just looks to finish off Violet, but already so much percentage, giving up 98% to the Shock.
Prophet's sitting at almost 40% of his team's damage.
Justice, man.
And if this keeps
That's
up, I mean,
not
this is
lucky.
with a Bastion on the squad, by the way. So
Prophet's
this
a
keeps up.
god.
He might hit
He's
50%.
playing pharmacy.
Just
How can
rising.
you even
Guards
see
should be
that?
mostly barriers, obviously, to be fair. But that's the point of the Pharah in this situation. There's no counter to
I'll
it
do
range-wise.
whatever I
And
want.
you just shoot around the barriers because you could position yourself anywhere because you could fly. You can control these chokes. Yeah, experimental barrier goes over there. Well, I'm shooting behind you over here.
Trying to pull them together again. With that halt, are unable to do so. Major pressure being applied onto Striker now in the side room. He falls low. As we see that Flux come in. Gesture will slam Smurf back down to the ground, finishes him off, and Violet is cut off in the backside. Trying to do something for his team, but will get finished off in the end of the res.
Try push.
Just for good measure as well.
Yeah. Guard's got configuration tank. Was able to do a lot more damage in that extended fight here, the second one. Shock got 2 ticks. They're going to have Gravitic Flux and Meteor Strike, and you know that's exactly how this hero was designed, was to break bunker compositions. You can't really call this straight up a bunker, but you can break a Bastion setup with that Flux if used correctly. If the follow-up damage is there, they have Coalescence too. And in the longer fight, Striker will build that Death Blossom. So if Shock can't win with this set of ultimates, I think we're seeing a full hold here.
Well, pushing their way out, Coalescence has been used. Jump into the back. Really aggressive plays there from Moth, trying to find a kill. Guard going to be hitting the ground.
Get a fucking kill!
Matrix ready to go. Pumps out the damage, and the Shock will be held off. Sound Barrier still ready. Death Blossom about to be online, as well as the Supercharger, but can they get in position to actually utilize these?
I mean, that's the thing. Like this was the ult push they needed to win with. I mean, this is an almost unlosable fight with the ultimates they had, but Prophet came in with a sick flank. Let's take a look at this actually from his first-person view. As everyone commits to the Bastion, Guard survives, and then Prophet gets a perfect angle here. There's no one to block him. Choyobin is not ready with his grasp there to absorb that, and it's just free damage. That's a huge problem. They still hold the tank.
Low approach. Barrier goes out, already going to be taken down. There's a barrier, not gonna last too much longer either. Great barriers coming out from Gesture to block the accretions, making sure that they do
You're just
not
gonna
stop
C9.
the Bastion.
They can't just hold the point. Kill everything on the point.
Pops the configuration tank, but then instantly gets picked. Oh no, that's catastrophic for the London Spitfire with this defense. They're still obviously taking them down to overtime, but it seems like the full hold now not going to be possible. The Pharmacy is taken out of the sky, and that will just be the finish.
I was gonna say don't Coalescence, but like
this
in one fight you'll have it back, and London's gonna swap, so it doesn't even matter.
2.5 minutes now on the clock for the
They're
Shock.
not swapping.
They have London look extremely prepared for Numbani. I mean, they're playing a lot of what New York did on this map. They learned from their mistakes. They learned from their loss. Adapting here in this playoff series.
All members split off there, but the EMP comes through, and that's
They're
four
all
members hacked
fucking
on the
dead.
side of London Spitfire.
Oh yeah.
Mortality Field comes in at the last second to help keep Gesture and Guard alive for a little bit longer, but they will be taken down in the end, and that will be point B gained for the Shock. 20 seconds remaining as they roll in. Gonna be bumped
Rumor
up
has
to a
it
minute and 50.
Coalescence and EMP is
It's
like
just these big clutch
pretty good.
moments from the Shock that they're finding so much success with.
Pretty good rumor.
That was
not,
a
you know, it's
scary
not,
moment.
yeah, it certainly was.
I just realized
It's not gonna get
Coalescence
you a great
is like
time,
visor,
it's
but
gonna
it
get you
also
the
heals your
points
teammates
speed.
and yourself.
Force your way through. So now
'Cause you can't miss with it, it's so wide.
Another EMP
Yeah,
here.
it's
Okay, goodbye, Prophet.
a
Only going to
giant
be eliminated.
tube
The hack goes
that
forward
across
onto
the
Guard.
map.
Rez is there from Nuss. And now the Ant Matrix going to be tossed into the corner as well. Death Blossom, a very aggressive one from Striker. He will not be able to find any kills, but they still do manage to take
This
down
is scrappy
3.
as hell.
Yeah. Big question is, can they
Oh,
find
cart's
Prophet
moving.
here? It's actually going to rotate back around. The rest of the
Big
team won't
meteor.
have time to get out. Guard has configuration tank
Violet,
as well.
if you die here, I
Careful,
swear.
EMP is available
Yeah,
for
that's
some-
Woo!
Guard does not want to get caught by that. It'll completely nullify
Oh my God.
his effectiveness.
Okay.
Won't be able to do anything in this upcoming fight if he does get caught. No support ultimates available.
EMP out. Sinatra instantly
Good
down on the
sacrifice.
back end of that one, but Prophet will fall. Everybody
kill him.
hacked in that EMP, and see them trying to hide in the side room. Fury
Don't
will
die
get
here,
chased down and
Striker.
eliminated. Configuration tank out. It'll be expiring pretty shortly here, and so far, not really
Oh,
seeing
it's a
the kills.
huge
lot of
beat.
damage
Oh
to be
my
opened
God,
up, but now the
Moth.
sound barrier comes through. And Guard doesn't know which way to look.
Bastion's
Turns
the worst
out,
hero I've ever
whichever
seen.
direction it is, it's not a good one. He gets taken down the rocket punch from Sinatra.
Wow,
Looks
they're
like the
making
grave
Valkyrie
as
look
Nuss
like
tries to get the res off.
like
It will be
complete
interrupted.
garbage.
Fury just going to be rolling around.
Has done
Blizzard
nothing.
buys some time. The Blizzard comes through, but is that going to be enough? Because now there's no one on the cart. They tag in for a moment. Guard coming in with the Tracer, forced to recall. Tries to tag back in. Will get pushed to the way. The Shock rolled through to the end of Numbani.
Only
with
10 seconds, though.
9
Actually, the fact that they
seconds
finished the time
remaining.
and
9.7
they've
9.7
used all 4
seconds
minutes in
actually
first,
the
that's pretty damn
difference
good.
between
We're talking never before seen, probably will never happen type shit.
It's only been 14 years, man.
Do you guys see Smurf from the cart right there? Trying to shoot the ball! Oh my
Look at the
god!
track. It's insane.
Look like an AI.
On the attack here in their map selection of Numbani.
Pat, you gonna watch
know
this
he
with
did.
us?
You know he didn't want to leave
Alright,
that
you're
car,
kicked.
bro.
See ya.
See how they fare on the defense.
You know he didn't want to leave the
Yeah,
car
this has
after
been
yesterday,
a
bro.
very tense first 2 maps for San
That was his
Francisco
cart.
Shock. I mean, when you look at
And the
match
moment he
against
heard
Atlanta,
Mayalt,
Atlanta
it's just,
went
oh,
undefeated in stage 4
this
there.
button
Very
makes me
clearly
immortal.
great
Click.
This my
You
card
see
now.
this one on my keyboard? I press
It's not
it.
a real
Oh, nice
huge
Mayalt.
surprise that Shock could be
Okay, I
upset.
keep
Very
shooting.
close series. Well, when you look at these first 2 maps, even though Shock finished Numbani and did take Busan,
It doubles her
as a
health
Shock fan, you're kind of feeling like,
and makes it
are
so
we
she
playing
can't
to
be
our full
CC'd.
potential here? Is Shock playing to our
Is that good?
to what we expect to see?
Pretty good, yeah.
Pushing their way up.
That's easy.
That hit.
Bot, Choi Hyun.
Oh, I hit 4 of
It's gonna be
them.
the dueling bastions.
And
Bionade
it
is
doesn't
out onto
matter.
the members of the Spitfire, but they're saved for the moment by that immortality field.
You guys should watch
Really
Violet.
doing
This is
this
some
at all?
dorky ass
Woken up.
shit.
Walls come in and Fury barely makes
Oh,
it out with his life
Vapor.
intact.
The immortality field couldn't
he
be
not just
destroyed
gonna hit
because it was
Orisa
actually
behind him?
within the staircase.
Yeah.
So
Choi is
Guard
just
knew he
by
was safe no
himself.
matter
That's how
what,
good that
despite
hero
the
is.
bio grenade. So really nice placement there from
Yeah.
Doshin. Was able to build up a very
Just
fast
one-man defense
Why-
up there.
here. He's going to toss it out.
Why are London
Falls
doing
there.
this as an offense also?
Interesting
But Dosen
situation to
already
see how
has
long
ult.
Spitfire can
and
push their way
30
forward.
seconds.
Matrix has
Smurf.
been used. Now it's going to be the Gravitic Flux
Window's
coming
so
in. Immortality
easy to
field was
get.
already burned. The Bionade connects in already.
Yeah,
3
but
going to
that
be
was like a
gone.
30-second ult.
See here,
so
Striker
fast.
surging ahead. 25% up
Choi Hyun-
towards that configuration tank.
Choi Hyun leads the Gravitic Flux charge war because
there goes the
he
mirror.
had
That lasted
a
a
position
minute
where
and
he
20
could play
seconds.
Damage, whereas Gesture spent most of his time in the
Yeah,
stairwell
they don't want
here
to keep
in the
trying
choke
Bastion
trying to help
offense,
set up
dude.
experimental barriers for the Bastion attack. Guard will
Yeah.
swap over to Hanzo here. Not really in
Zenyatta,
his hero
lol.
pool. We've seen him experiment with it a few times this season.
Alright, I'm
but
going to Badosin. There's no way he gets any value out of this
Yeah.
hero.
Shock ha-
There's absolutely no way. He has
Great shot.
3
What
people
did
on the
he-
ground,
Sinatra,
and
that'd
he's
be
not
a
main
big
healer.
way to
Like,
open things
What
up.
is he
But
gonna
the
do?
animation,
I
yeah,
have
nice.
no idea.
Gonna be greeted with a rock. to the
He just
face.
wants to play triangle?
that,
Yeah,
that could
that's
have
what
been
it is.
bad if he was just a little bit further back.
Yeah, ball off the side of the map.
That's a huge rock.
Rockets going in. Immortality field has been used. Striker falls low. Feels back for the moment to get topped up, and you can hear that Nano going to be
Spitfire will take
vested
that.
into Sinatra as he just waits. But Spitfire playing it patiently. They hear the Nano go out. They just pull back.
Yeah, but they're running out of time. I mean, sure, 2 minutes is still a decent amount. We know Shock took the point in overtime.
But they also had it up to 98%
Big
on
Nano
push,
boost.
realistically. So they were starting with 2 ticks.
They also had a really great set of ultimates to break it open.
Something other than
This is just
Doomfist
to break
would be really
shields. That's
good
the
here.
whole Hanzo pick here, and eventually, you know, you're going to break enough, you're going to get that ultimate.
Nah, he'll
Make
probably
their
end up
way
randomly
forward
killing
onto the
Badosin at
point.
some point.
Sonic Arrow out to spot them, but it
Yeah,
puts
oh,
them
Badosin's
in the
terrified.
corner. Shots going
You can't
down
do
from
anything.
guard, trying to break up the barriers.
It's just a
I mean,
floating
it's pretty
triangle.
hard to miss though,
Experimental one
because
down the lane.
Ooh, it's in the
Oh, oh.
immortality field's used, so now this could be a huge dragon strike from guard. There's no counter.
Ah!
Back down and oh, Prophet with a barrage. The setup absolutely massive. Cuts down
Well,
3. Guard gets
Wolf
straight
called
open.
it.
That will be
Use
them
the
capping
immortality
point.
field
Just
too soon.
about a minute remaining in the time.
they all
bank.
died.
Great synergy.
Feels
The
bad,
Hulks.
man.
Doesn't matter if it's Gesture or Fury. He's great synergy
Watch
here. We'll
this.
go ahead and take another look at it.
Yeah, pulls him up right into it.
And he
I
pushes
mean,
him
they're
while he's
pretty
got
much in the
46
same spot
HP.
as
It's no fear. He's got
Shock
complete
was.
trust in us, and that this setup is going to happen with Fury pulling them in. And, you know, it was all crazy because before that, I thought the fight was going to be all about the Dragon Strike
Yeah,
because
why
Wild
did
had to use his
he use
immortality
the
field
mortality
early,
field so early?
and they were in that choke.
So
So,
bad.
you know, you either have
And
to
they
walk
nanoed
away or
nothing.
die if you're
Double
gonna try to
whammy.
hold your ground there.
Yeah.
Configuration tank is ready. A lot of that can be mitigated though in this fight from Gesture.
No, they're gonna keep playing
Clock's
it.
going
Ugh.
to be used. Gesture pulling around the side. Meteor strike from Sinatra. Manages to
What
find
if I
one.
didn't
Spark
wanna
gets
see
taken down.
Bastion
Fury
moves?
eliminated as well. And that will just be the
But
cleanup
it's
here
not
for
mirrored,
the
because
shot.
Rapid
Only losing
freaking
out on
playing-
Voth.
You could tell the way that
Alright.
Gesture looked.
Yeah, but
you
his
know, we had
Bastion,
his
his
first-person view
Bash-
there. You could tell by the way he
that's-
turned away from that flux. He just didn't even want to know about how the results were going to look. There's not a follow-up. Sinatra has Meteor Strike for this next
Man,
fight.
remember Ironclad?
Comes in. Meteor strike going to be used.
Good
Fury
stuff.
already taken out as the supercharger and that immortality field. The stun will greet him as he exits. Falls low, but they will be able to top him up. So Spitfire going to be held off. As the punch looks for a kill, and Gesture gets cut off
That
by
went
his
really
own
well.
team. Prophet puts the wall up. He says, I'm not letting you back in.
Yeah, that's it's
We hold here.
a rough feeling to kind of get staggered
Psych.
like that, but there's no way out. You know, you're doomed. Prophet has Blizzard. for this upcoming fight, and you know, Immortality Field will be available. But if he can get a good angle here, I think that's going to be really their win condition. You're going to be able to set up.
Oh,
after the
shield
Blizzard,
slept.
The the Graphitic Flux rather.
Shield status slept,
And
dude.
look at his positioning here. He's right where he wants to be.
Flux comes in.
Right.
Get dropped back down.
London, I don't know about this offense.
That Immortality Field,
You guys aren't quite New York yet.
Very much a one-sided affair for the Shock.
And you can see that was such a crazy good setup for the Spitfire 2. They had this set play. They wanted to set up the Blizzard into the Flux. It looked all too perfect. But the Shock just didn't give them time for the setup. They just came in and crashed the party. Choyobin's
Also, Mercy versus Anna.
you know,
I don't know about that.
Spitfire just didn't
Yeah,
get to
Mercy
use what they
just doesn't
had.
have
Now
enough
they're not in good
Mercy
position.
Alago, you know.
You see them just poke out around the corner there just for a moment, and Fury nearly gets picked
There's
off.
not
Immortality
enough,
Field's gonna use the
utility
battery going
for-
out.
Look at
Striker
that
gets boosted up.
fucking Nano.
Over the
Why
top,
is nothing
Peter's
dead?
striking
There
the
we
back,
go.
And that's a double kill for Sinatra. Jester and Fury both going to be taken down. Guard falling just
Anna's
moments
nuts.
before. Seismic Slam will get rid of Bedosian. And that is nearly the wipe.
Nano
there.
to
London
mid
Spitfire with 35
Seismic
seconds
Slam,
remaining, have to make
and
it
then
to
hit
the
like
end,
a
but the
quad
card
anti.
is still sitting at B. It's rolled back as far as it can go.
The check marks you see next to Prophet and Gesture, those are the ultimates they've been wanting to use, but they lose value over time. The fact that you have ultimates and you have ult advantages won't mean anything
nice, go
if you
cap on
can't
Anna.
get into position to use them. You're going to have to use Immortality Field here again to get out of this
This is
choke.
really good. You put something like that
Sinatra
on
waiting on
Moira.
the flank. They look to hold them off the side, but the barrier
Pocket him,
blocks
pocket
one
him.
out. But they
He's
punch
not
the
gonna
striker down
live.
on the ground, and Guard
Okay,
manages to find
Bastion,
the
take
kill.
nap.
Now they start advancing. The Blizzard freezing up 3.
You guys are all
Blizzard.
dead.
That will be the cleanup here, but they still have so far to go.
Alright, here we go.
As we get ready to roll into OT. Choyobin going to be dropping down.
Don't
Will be
die,
finished up in
Violet.
the
Get
end.
out of there.
That was a long-range Blizzard across the gap and into that room. And it could have been absorbed by Choyobin too. There's always that small
Oh,
chance.
he wants to do this,
Prophet
huh?
makes it happen. He finally was like, I'm just going to force this ultimate. They're not giving me any chances. I'm going to hit the God tier 3-pointer all the way across.
He's
They've got a
fragging.
fight where they can win with this with the supercharger as long as they can deal with the tank configuration here. Choyobin going to be the engager once again.
The big flux goes out.
a big one.
Pulling them away from the card as best as possible. Still going to be forced out with the overtime, but Jester will fall. Violet finds the kill.
Dude,
Nutt's
he's
gonna be
literally
taken down
like-
as well. Just Bedosian by himself.
He only heals when somebody probably says
See the
I need healing.
configuration tank coming in. The shots
But besides that,
connecting,
he's
and everyone
DPSing.
falling. OT will
Just
plummet
like
as
you
well.
said
The
in
San
your
Francisco
video,
Shock
only heal
will be
whenever
able to
something's
find a
critical.
map victory on Numbani.
I make videos?
Moving up to Guards still just trying
That's
to
just
occupy
Bastion
this
every
high
game,
ground.
guys.
Sonic arrows going through to spot them out.
They got a
Now
pick
they're
and literally
gonna
didn't do
manages to
anything.
take down Bedosian.
This is London for you. They don't make any sense.
Low will get burned down by Striker.
The most
That's gonna have
passive
to be a
idiots
reset
ever.
on the push
Meanwhile,
for the
Sigma's
Spitfire.
just up here by
So it's just one of
himself.
those mechanical players where you sometimes wonder, like, if it's not meta, I mean, can you just play it anyways if you're good
playing
enough?
Tracer again.
He comes back on the Tracer because he needs to
Dude,
return
this
to the point
Tracer's nutty,
quickly.
what do you mean?
That's such a good kill.
Showcases that it is
Oh, wait,
in
they
fact
have
possible
Mercy.
to play Tracer against a far
That's a
out
fun hero.
position with all these shields and just get in the back line and wreak havoc.
Really great stagger there onto Jester. Forces out the res from Nuss now. Puts that on cooldown. Guard has the Dragon Strike available. So he's
They're
gonna
gonna
be
have-
team.
Moss only has
Two here, Achilles,
60%.
just a
Did he already ult? There's no way.
Sinatra as well. Really good Sonic arrow.
Because
Saw him
London like hasn't done anything.
So perhaps
Yeah,
that will
I
help.
just think
They want to bait the Immortality
Violet's been getting it all.
from Moth somehow to set this up. I mean, the Dragon Strike itself can be what pulls it out when they set up for the Flux following, but Jester doesn't have it yet. There's a lot of great ultimates here for Spitfire. They just need to put them
Oh,
together.
shit.
And then they need to do it now.
Nano Tracer.
Meanwhile, they're still
Medic
playing
grasp in
Zen
the back.
Mercy.
Troy just trying to absorb as much as he can. Dragon Strike will go through.
Just
trying to
as
get
Prophet
all
wants to
but-
play fair.
Just going to be softening them up for the moment. Immortality Field
They
does
don't go to
get
the
used,
point.
But here comes the Amp Matrix. They have to show respect to Striker.
Bastion
Even if
that
he's not sitting
scary?
at court for him yet. Barrage comes down.
Oh,
Rises
get
on the back,
fucked!
and Striker goes into configuration tank and snipes Prophet right out of the sky.
Oh god.
Takes him down now. The Gravitic Flux will come through. Jester going to be taking a shot in midair. Sinatra the pulse bomb gets rid of Bedosian, but Nuss finds the res. Sinatra goes ahead.
Good
punishes
shit,
the
Sinatra.
Mercy, however.
MVP, baby.
Spitfire continues
He's
to play
fucking
forward. So
fragging.
close to getting that tick. They finally do manage to get it. Sinatra still picking off people
Oh,
in
this
the
is
back lines.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
fuck.
2019
Oh.
T-Mobile MVP.
Oh fuck.
And
London
Bob
wins
as well
this.
On his Tracer. Very storied pick for him. Troy Hillman set up for the moment. Prophet gets into the back.
insane.
Manages to find the kill. Now he Prophet
They have
will
spawns.
get hacked before he can break line of sight. Striker looking to shut him down for the moment. He loses out on that mobility. Now goes right back into it. Tries to finish up.
Oh, this
the
is
rest
gonna
of
be
it.
scrappy
He's
as
rolling
hell.
return for the shot.
Dude, I miss seeing
Spitfire's playing a
Tracer.
dangerous game with this. Rather than resetting, coming back with the rest
Violet's
of the ball.
gonna have to nano
Up for the
somebody
moment.
important.
Another hack here on
Holy
the
shit,
clock.
Prophet
He's
almost just
vulnerable
180
again.
turned on Striker.
Pull him out with the halt. Pocket healing there, just trying to keep him topped up. And so far,
And Nano Tracer
Striker's also
again.
nearly online. Fortify going to be burned
Don't
by
Prophet.
Smurf. And Sinatra
And he gets fucking shit on. Nice.
This time around, but not still going to be eliminated. Stick goes in, they push.
Oh my god, profit carry.
Delivered by yours personally from Smurf. Gets rid of
Jesus
Violet.
Christ, running a straight line
Finds
striker.
another 2 kills
They've
in.
actually had it on
3 minutes
profit
the
screen
clock
for
the
a good 2
Spitfires
minutes
to
now.
close it out in OT.
I mean,
He just carried, didn't he?
Objectively,
Yeah. It's very surprising.
like almost in a game theory sense.
It's because of what he did on Hanamura last week when he came back and fucking clutched the shit out of the point. Oh no, that was against Shanghai. That play was insane.
We're gonna clutch it. We're gonna rely on our mechanics, and they did force that through. I cannot believe he hit that pulse on the Smurf.
Okay, Fury. Bionated barrier.
Fury, that is a
low on
bad
the
death.
ground, still pushes out, gets picked off.
I'm Winston.
All right, Sinatra's got this one available. And it's a pretty nice.
That is really bad.
Like they almost were able to punish Spitfire.
He got antied and then just stood there.
Did he ever fortify?
Get set up for the
I
next
don't
attack.
know.
Only got 2 minutes, obviously. You know, time bank nerfed quite a while ago for assault.
Looking for the
Fortify sucks.
TP is Profit.
What?
Forces them back. Set to go from Striker.
Yeah,
Sees the team
Damn,
right
that's
now in
watching
prime
it.
position to try to secure a 6-man EMP. Fury playing down below. EMP goes out, manages to find 2. The stick goes in.
Yeah,
on the
like
Notion.
Violet with the
Interrupts
rotation of a
coalescence,
lifetime.
Taking him down to mid. Alt guard
He
gets
looks
the
like he's on
uppercut
offense
forward
now.
onto Trey Hillman, but Fury will fall. And it's
Smurf
still
has
gonna be
1,000
major
HP.
advantage to the Shock.
Probably more than that,
Closer run
actually.
Back here, playing right next to the point.
Big kill on
they
Bedosa.
just wanted to nullify the big ultimates there. Sinatra was set to kill the Coalescence, and
It looks like London's
the
defending
EMP
right now, but they're
pretty
not.
lackluster, but in reality, it was just to make sure that no one on the point could use their ultimate.
Violet is going Moira. Yeah.
What's Sinatra?
Where's he going?
Now, he
No,
didn't
he's
have
not.
it available, but you know, it was
Back
about
to the
10%
Bastion.
off in terms of ult tracking. Pretty good job by Shock to set this
But no
up,
Baptiste.
and, you know, he didn't have translocator, so he had to wait for that drop down, and it was pretty perfectly
Winnable.
executed. And they planned on swapping anyways. They're putting them back on the Bastion. So this is great for the Shock. I mean, this is about as ult economic as you can get.
Guard trying to go into the punch, gets punished.
Whew, man.
Sinatra takes him down.
Ooh,
having since
really
swapping
glad
around
that
the
Holt
Bastion.
didn't hit him.
And the rest of the
If
Spitfire
Violet just doesn't
stuck
ever
in
get
this
randomly
back
killed by
corner.
guard, I think they can hold this for a long time. Or Profit, oh my god.
That Profit nearly taken down, a sliver of HP remaining for him. He's wraithing out back towards the spawn.
Picked on.
but Striker chased forward and found the kill. Guard will pick off Moth.
We'll take
but
the
he
trade.
Will fall. Striker comes up with another one.
Big
These
trade.
environmental
Shoot at the
barriers
shield or
right
something,
out
Violet.
In front of the Spitfire. Making sure that they cannot get any damage down onto the Bastion.
He's gonna
Gravitic
commit.
Flux gonna
Hey,
be
Rats,
used.
what's that melody?
Pushes Nuts up into the air. That's gonna be the sound
I don't
barrier
think
force
anybody
here
knows.
With 20 seconds remaining, but he's just gonna get picked off.
There was no way he was getting out of
Supercharger
there.
killer.
Should have been
It's one of the
just
worst
use the
offenses
shield
I've
here.
ever seen.
Didn't absolutely have to use it there, but if he gets the win fight or the team fight win there off
That
of
was
it, it's
a
over.
big sound barrier.
London
from us.
literally just will go minutes without doing anything.
Through from Fury,
Well, the rock
absolutely melted.
And they all
by
speak the same
Sinatra,
language,
who is
too.
just set up in that bunker. Meteor Strike is ready.
Shadow Step is
Come
nuts.
on, what do you got? Guard drops in, gets cleaned up instantly. And that will be the hold on B for the San Francisco Shock, not surrendering any percentage.
Alright, well,
here over
last
to the
time they're
Spitfire.
in this situation, the Rain ended up winning the map. And Shock choked, so.
Slipping away from London Spitfire in this
True,
series. Shock
wall
having
W.
I, for one, can't
really
wait.
Showcasing a wide variety of versatility from Sinatra's Tracer to Bastion's
For them to
swap
lose.
speed. Very brief Sombra we saw
Thanks,
for
man.
that key EMP. Shock
I'm just
showcasing they've got
angry.
a lot in their wheelhouse
Sorry.
here in our playoffs.
Yeah, very solid stuff here. Hold them off at B. Now just need to get a single
Why not a
kick down.
Junkrat, dear
Will
God,
move
question
back
mark.
point. We'll see if the London Spitfire can hold them.
Good
on
comment,
one point
dude.
and come back.
Where's
Jake!
Jake, get in here.
Coca-Cola bottles at
Yeah, where's Jake?
Boing,
Ships to all
boing.
50 U.S. states, Washington, D.C. and
Trade
US
guard
Bombs.
and bird ring for Jake.
Now, tossed out for Sinatra.
Tick, easy.
Build up energy off of those barriers.
This
They
hero's
try to
blessed.
operate on the high ground. Guard stunned up for the moment. Immortality field goes out for the London Spitfire. Fury drops down. to
Fury's
contest,
like,
but
guys,
will
what do you
just
want me
get
to do?
chewed up into the meat grinder. Go the members of the Spitfire and Shock are just speed running their cap here on point A. Nearly have it done. They get the last
watch how
few
fast he's
numbers
getting
down.
Just leave the
melted.
Bastion. Oh, they should have left the
17
Bastion.
seconds to take a single tick on
They really
point
should've.
B. And if they do that, they move to match point.
Right.
London Spitfire.
Look at this.
I'm putting on Sinatra's point of view.
Really built here for
Hey, why didn't they
Sinatra.
do this yesterday?
First team to
Very
try
good
this
question.
strategy earlier this season.
Literally just one.
They went and played rank, and they were like, "Oh, this is really good. We should do this."
Bastion phase. They're gonna have the wall here for Sinatra to
Oh,
set
here we
up
go.
in just a second.
Oh,
Take
wow.
that fight.
That was
That's
awkward.
a massive wall.
Yeah, I was trying to
It
use the
lived?
wall to block the teleporter. Happened just before the point. He almost prevented them from getting on there. But it was just a sliver sticking out you could interact with. Really nice response.
Right
by
to the
Prophet. He's
point,
clearly
huh?
seen
Here
this
we go.
before.
What is going on?
Just taking a little roll through.
I don't know, but this fucking maze.
Dude, as soon as he
Just
gets
keep
all the
Sinatra
cover-
up, baby.
As soon as he gets all the cover.
Let him juice on him.
He died.
That's not what they wanted.
We'll come back as Tracer.
Goes into the ice block, but Striker is waiting.
Yo, what's that melody?
Dude, you keep asking me that. I don't know what it is, man.
Left clicks will be able to finish him off.
You're so far ahead of me, it's
Jester
insane.
blocking out the
Yeah,
enemy
you're
aggression.
a good
Yeoman just
30,
playing
40
forward, trying to
seconds
find
ahead.
the kill, and oh boy, body's going flying.
Just the one man because he's got no ice block, huh?
A big smile on the face of
Remember how many people
MVP
predicted
as they
London?
close it out. San Francisco Shock.
That's a lot of pressure.
Oh shit!
Substitutions here. Rascal gonna be
Cute boy 5000.
Striker on camera yet.
Yo!
There you go. You can see him on the wide.
Let's go.
Super.
XQC shout out.
He's made his way off of the Golden Gate Bridge,
Super?
and he's back here in the Blizzard Arena. We helicoptered him in.
Super?
Perhaps most interesting
And
of all
Wait, what?
Super!
will come in for Treyo Bin.
Super!
Role.
Oh, he's gonna play fucking horse.
Rumors
God
about
damn it.
This guy, you know, how much he's potentially going to be prepared for Sigma because he's been on
Apparently
the
Nevix is a god at Sigma.
a legendary player from last year, and now that he has had so much time to prepare for this role, again, we're making the pretty wide assumption it's going to be him and not Super.
Can't tell if this was planned or if this is disrespect.
I wonder how many people actually
I think
like
it
playing
really
Orisa.
does play into the Shock strengths. I mean, they dominate on the
I like it
side.
sometimes when I get that like 5-man halt. It feels pretty good.
When I got one of my Smurfs to GM pretty quickly, I had fun, and ever since then I'd be like, this is the worst fucking character to play. That was a long time ago.
Orisa feels the worst when you're losing.
Yeah,
Nevix
because
is on the Sigma
you
as
can't make
expect.
plays as her. You can only
Ball comes up.
enable your team to make plays.
We just keep going back
Look
and
at this
forth,
setup.
falling low,
Let's go.
makes it into safety. As the walls continue to come up, everybody going to be halted away, but the mortality field is still
Architect.
there. Now going to be blocked by 2 barriers to ensure that it cannot be destroyed.
Nevix, I don't think has landed an ability.
Back and forth.
Check out my boy's ult charge.
Card advancing.
Sigma god.
With the
I don't
main
think he can hit
things
them,
moving.
so
Gets stunned up by that accretion.
it's not really his fault,
Will
I
not
guess.
get finished off. Working their way over onto the card. Immortality field again coming up.
I think they're literally out of his range.
Super takes down Profit.
That's huge.
Inching forward,
Oh,
getting
oh.
further and further away from the London Spitfire, so they have to reroute.
They have to reroute, and if it goes down, if it dips too far, they can't.
They're all
hit the
dead.
Bastion.
Goodbye,
And look at
London.
Nevix with the flank.
Oh, he's right up on top of him.
Let's go,
Immortality
Super.
field goes out, but it's got off Bedosian going to be taken down.
Absolutely crushing them here.
Man, this Mercy pick
No
has been
chance.
awful.
I mean, what an unbelievable turnaround there for the Shock too. They pushed down and then set up with the flank with Nevix. So London's feeling like I've got to jump
Didn't I
down
tell you all
and
that
set
the
up
Shock
forward
won't
defense
just run
here in this
Lucio
choke because if they dip
Moira?
too far, I can't hit them with the
Oh, that was
Bastion, and that's when Nevix
yesterday.
comes in
Okay,
from
this
the
does
side
not
and
count.
just
That was
sweeps up
yesterday.
the pieces. Guards got configuration 10
They always got
here,
something up
and
their
they might be
sleeve.
able to drop down
They, like,
because they're gonna have
invented
one
bad
real
pieces at this
chance
point.
this.
So gotta be careful.
Rascal.
Violet's
Yeah,
been nailing
Rascal,
these
dude.
sleep darts all
That was
night
a
long,
big
and
rock.
Just gonna
He's
melt.
dead.
Looks like he was maybe Maywalled
Yeah, but
off.
Moss playing bad
Configuration
too.
tank will come through for Architect.
Yeah.
Nearly takes down Nuss, gets him as he tries to jump over to the side. Point blank there on a Profit as well. Will
He's
finish him off.
ready to nano him, dude.
444
There it is.
for the Shock. Make a wish. I think they're wishing for a.
This thing's gotta
in
hurt.
the playoffs. Seems like their wish
Oh, they
might
should have
just
left
keep
him
going,
alive.
keep this pace.
I don't know if they want to use their wish on that one, to be honest with you, Achilles. It's looking like that one's already a reality. This is a dominant Gibraltar push. Spitfire have the ults that they need to defend B here and even, you know, slow this push
They are
right now.
fucking
Again, they have to
them
get in
up.
position to use it. Remember, albeit with
Wait,
a
can you
low
leave
roster,
Sigma
Shock
Shield up
were able to be
infinite
aggressive
up where you want it
and
until it's
setting
broke?
up a Blizzard
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Superchargers out.
Okay, guard finds one.
Oh,
Architect will
that's
be
an ult.
taken down, still holds on to that configuration tank. Supercharger and the
Oh,
Immortality
missed the
Field
rock.
gonna be
Didn't
taken
do
away
anything.
From the San Francisco Shock, but they lose out on Bedosian. They force the res from Nuss. Cart gonna be abandoned for now. Super continues.
That's a
to
pretty
inch
good
his way
ult, dude.
forward. Keep that one contested. Fury bionated.
You think?
Sliver of HP remaining. Tries to retreat. Will be able to do so successfully.
This is a really tight hold the Spitfire are going to need. Tank configuration not useful in this setup.
I still don't know why it's
He
uninterruptible.
gets taken down now, but Ocean gonna be hacked. Immortality Field helps keep him alive for a bit longer. The configuration tank will be used.
You're
by
getting
Guard. He's
fucking
healing himself back
destroyed.
up.
Oh
Can't
no.
find a target. Gets a 2-for-1 shot onto both supports. Moth and Violet eliminated. Super finished off as the Blizzard came through from Prophet. Nevix now a bit too far forward. They'll just go ahead and get finished off
Damn.
as Guard swaps into recon mode. Cart stops at 1.35 meters away. Seems like Guard's going to be swapping it up.
Guards, you know,
Yeah,
he's,
they hold it,
up
huh?
top. Never
yeah,
mind.
he's had a few moments here that have looked insanely stressful. He's being pressured by Architect. Is unable to get the
Pretty
kill
massive
with
hold.
translocation.
I just be
Yeah, that's a
screaming
big
with
hold.
Guard.
I mean,
Especially at
he's
shuttle phase,
playing
dude.
Bastion and recon mode a lot of the time because of Shock's composition. So
Shuttle phase is one of those you either hold forever
really high skill
or
here
you
with
instantly
Bastion
lose.
can when things get crazy like that. Hitting the headshots, the difference between getting that Architect kill or not. He is going to swap over the Bastion though, no more Sombra. Rascal looking for the flank Blizzard here. So
Ball
far,
goes up.
unseen. Okay, I think they know he's there now.
Yeah,
there
that's
goes.
going to be the drop down. Blizzard lopped in deep. Immortality Field already taken away. Gesture will fall. His headshot from Rascal finishes him off.
Nevix looks like he might be
Set
trying to
up
do too
perfectly
much.
for Architect to just sit in the back and wait out that ice block from Prophet.
It's time to shine or
You
what?
lose it, the wall goes up.
But
Ocean trying to finish
that's,
off Architect.
a lot of
Gets
moth
so
kills.
darn close. You can't quite get him. They delay a little bit, you know, drain some time off the clock.
Eventually die. You know, you're getting caught by everyone. This composition is designed, the one that Shock's running to hunker down and be somewhere where there's no one that can really. You hit that tipping point.
Goose goes out, has to get behind that
Wow.
Empress barrier, but it just does not last long enough. The Immortality Field was not ready or in position to help keep Guard alive.
Nuss not on the Mercy this time, so won't be able to res.
But it is there.
60 per shot.
This would have been a lot more worrisome if Shock had a great time bank, but they didn't finish the map. So London certainly not feeling stressed out about the timing that much here. As Rascal falls before he could use the flanking Blizzard.
So just have to be concerned about getting back over to the card. Right now, the Far are going to be grounded on the lower left side. Prophet going to be nano boosted.
man.
And the barrage, he takes it right to his face.
Jesus
Both supports
Christ.
plus the Bastion. Prophet cleaning up house with the barrages again. That is point A for the London Spitfire.
He uses the leap, you
Yeah,
know,
that
he
was
goes in
coming.
for these barrages. He concussive blasts himself forward, so he comes up so
As
quickly.
soon as I saw him peek
Both
out in
get
the
split
open.
spawned here, so is Architect, so the
Yep.
two of them were going to get killed off.
Oh, they're delaying him too. They just
Oh
That's
man.
actually massive. Got him with the headshot too, even though
Yep.
it wasn't needed. But this is starting to look like a really good situation here for London Spitfire. They've got Gravitic Flux available. And they could set up for a really big amplification matrix too. This is not where Shock want to be.
right up into the front here. And Matrix is going to be coming through the Maywall, kind of disrupting there. They will go ahead and
How?
drop the wall.
Literally how?
Gesture.
Oh, Mail.
And so
Great
on
play
and so
by
forth.
Rascal.
Yeah, multiple kills now. Nearly the wipe coming through for the Shock.
Moth hits the Immortality Field so no one can be killed. And Rascal sets up for the Blizzard when everyone on London Spitfire is trying to rush in. By guard.
I really like the ragdoll. It just crumbles
Yeah,
into
let's
pieces
go.
and slams against the wall.
But
Big wipe.
they basically
All right.
use the Immortality
Bizarre
Field.
spot again.
London rushes in to try to blow it up and then finish everyone off.
Creaming
as
his
well.
jocks right
Blizzard
now.
is perfect from Rascal. And Shock just coordinated every counter to the ultimates coming through.
I'm ready to see that
They
video.
forced out Blizzard, which is really huge. But that could have been way worse for Shock.
And they use the wall. Ant Matrix coming through, trying to break them off this high ground. Bio
That's
hits
awesome.
live on the side of the Spitfire.
Violet's been insane with these
Both
games
bastions
today.
literally just pointing at
Absolutely
each other, and
crazy.
it's their teams depending on how
Can't block all
you know,
those.
how
This
they
wall just does
support
not
them
last
better.
long enough.
I mean,
Literally
like this,
just
I don't even
not
know.
moving.
No
I don't even
skill?
know if we have a counter
Yeah,
for
they're
this,
both
but it's,
just
there's a lot of
in sentry
purple
mode. Oh, so
aspects
cool.
of the UI there on the London Spitfire side.
Yeah.
Those health bars are is always under threat.
If I was Architect, I would have typed in the chat, Alpiard.
Oh man,
That's a caster blessing. Those are rare for me.
got him right, right in the ankle. Going in another Bionade.
That
This
one
time not
doesn't
going to
connect,
find the
yeah.
hit. He blocked that one off.
This is
Sleep goes
awesome.
forward. Fury's gonna be taking him down. Mortality
This
Field.
is so dorky.
This is good for London though. They just waited out. Sure, it's eating into their time bank. They've still got.
Is he
2
too
minutes.
far for Prophet to Maywall him?
And they
Another one.
He can't because they're
Six may wall in front of him, but
Holy shit!
This needs to be London's fight. You know, they
Oh
need
no, he has to reload.
I think it's just the geometric.
Oh,
I would maybe
Architect
try
not
to
trusting his
do
team.
the
Oh my god!
Flying up in
What?
the air, but
What?
will just still casually kill off guard. We're gonna have to try to
Hello?
the displacement on the Bastion for now, but Prophet already forced into the ice.
How come Bastion was just like 100 feet off the ground? Did anyone see that?
Yeah.
I think he got
Yeah, I think
halted, like, and the way it works with Orisa, like,
how do you approach this
same
right
thing
now
happened.
with
That was
Blizzard?
awesome.
Because you know
And he got the kill too.
It's gonna
Fadeaway jumper.
drop down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna have to
From
be
like
long range.
100
Remember
feet.
when Rascal threw his. He made it look like he was gonna throw it onto the high ground, and he actually landed.
These
it
May
on the
walls
low
are doing
ground.
nothing for London.
Gravitic Flux comes in, catches numerous members on the side of the Spitfire, the Bio.
I think it's just the shape of the shuttle. Something.
And the focus,
Fizzle would be proud.
The focus on the immortality field.
Architect,
was
you're gonna
instant.
randomly
I
die
mean,
here, aren't you?
It was up for less than a second. They just blew it up.
Oh jeez.
Flux
Get
is
out of there.
big. And London Spitfire are 55 seconds away from being knocked out of this tournament.
Moves
have-
back up, straight back into the same spot.
I mean, there's only 4 different choke points to go through here, and they're all about the same.
What exactly are you
in terms
supposed to do to break
of, you
this?
know, I mean, what is Spitfire going to do? Going to go through all 4 of them? That doesn't work either. You're going to get cut off. I mean, just look at how
This
hard it is to
actually looks
approach here when
impossible.
This shuttle is controlled by
No,
San
maybe-
Francisco Shock.
Go
Now,
dive.
3 members through.
Winston
try
would
to
die
get-
before he even landed on the ship.
Yeah.
The wall goes up, they drop
Try to
it
get,
down,
like,
they
under
spawn the
him.
barrier and stays safe. Bionate onto both supports.
They need goats.
One more
Speed
shot.
boost under.
This is it.
Gesture
Find the
sold,
cart.
15 seconds remaining. The Spitfire need to push this one through. Immortality field is going to be burned to help keep Gesture alive.
They have to
They finish
commit.
that one off.
They have to
Gesture
commit
falling
now.
lower and
Oh,
lower. Supercharger
come
going
on,
down.
Architect, just shield
Blizzard
up.
comes through. There's no immortality field for this one. The Supercharger finished off already by Architect. Gesture falling low in the back. Hard going to be contested for now. They managed to find one, but the tank line's already been broken down. Nusk falling lower and lower.
Dude, they
Blizzard,
toss.
They win.
But Doshin's the last one alive, but he cannot make it to the card. And
Bye,
that's gonna
London.
be it as they finish him off. San Francisco Shock will be eliminating
That's
their
worth,
inaugural
I mean,
season
even though Architect
champions.
dies.
Fury cannot tag the card. The Shock take it home. They will be advancing in the lower bracket, but for London, the
Punch.
2019 season is over.
It's a sign of the times. 2018.
So that means Lantern is line of sight because he just used the wall
San
to.
Francisco Shock beat
break
up
line
with
of
2
sight with it.
different rosters. At the end of the day, this is the favorite.
Oh,
San
yeah.
Francisco
Docent died before Mentality
to
Field.
take this season. There's no doubts about that. As London Spitfire here,
There was a
I don't
clip
think you
that
can
somebody
be upset
posted where like
about the
Rascal
domination we just
was with the
saw.
Baptiste,
It was some excellent,
and the Baptiste threw down the
high-caliber
field, and he like
watch.
walled
And that's what San
the
Francisco
Baptiste
Shock
from
has
the
been
field,
putting
and
out
then
all
while he's
season
frozen and
long.
headshot him.
We got to see
It was pretty
Nevix
awesome.
finally
May's
here,
broken.
and he played very well.
Although London just got swept using May every game.
Quite good overall.
Yeah, and for London, we have to say goodbye until next season.
Jesus, that was a
But it's been
really
pretty
short
good run.
series.
That it has. This is
Yeah,
where
good.
it